LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, the Bravery is in studio tonight. Sam Endicott and John Conway, both here representing. I'm guessing there's an article in this month's Stuff magazine that features the Bravery. Mm-hmm. Top 10 artists to watch. So says Rolling Stone, Drew.
Nice.
Also, Spin magazine calls him the next big thing. On Leno tonight, the Tonight Show. That's this evening, right? You guys did that at 5:30, 6 in the afternoon?
Yeah, it's going to be on, I guess, in like 2 hours.
How was it?
That's good. I was kind of scared.
You were?
Well, a little bit.
It's intimidating.
For some, I don't know. We've done a bunch of TV shows, but for some reason, the Tonight Show just hit me. It's more, I guess, a part of history. In a way.
Yeah, I
right.
can see that.
For me, it was doing the home team with Terry Bradshaw.
That was rough. I was so nervous.
That's where I really busted my cherry.
It took you a while, yeah.
Yeah, it took me. I'd been watching him for like 6 weeks before that, so when you grow up. Here's the thing about the Tonight Show. Tonight Show, for everybody between the age of, 25 and 80, it represents the pinnacle. You've made it. You're on the Tonight Show. Yes, Drew, have you ever been on Tonight? There's 4 people in this room. 3 of them have been on no, actually 5 people. I'm going to count Engineer Chris. Hold on, Chris. If you've been on the Tonight Show, Drew, you're going to have to just fall on a pen. There are 4 people in the room. 3 of them have been on the Tonight Show, Drew.
Totally left out.
Yeah. But the thing about I don't want to burst your bubble, but the thing about the Tonight Show is it isn't, obviously, there are other shows on TV. When we grew up, we watched the Tonight Show. It was the only thing on TV at midnight.
Now, meaning you and me, not these guys.
Yeah, these guys are young. Yeah, but even these guys. Huh? Yeah?
They had other channels. We had 3.
How many channels did you guys have growing up?
I think it started with 13 or so.
But when you were growing up,
cable,
20.
When did cable touch your life?
At what point could you not get porn?
Oh,
yeah. Well, you mean scramble size? Like
like scramble style, yeah.
Channel 35 or something. Yeah, I remember.
So you had some kind of multi-channel access your whole life.
Wow.
Yeah, see.
Wow, see, they don't know from pain.
Yeah.
The kids today.
Yeah.
And that's why they're soft, Drew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had to find ways to amuse ourselves.
They call themselves the Bravery, but they should just call themselves the Wuss because they're not hungry like we
softery.
are. They don't know what it's like to play with a wiffle ball and sit around playing that game where you slap the top of the other guy's hands real hard.
For hours.
Yeah, not at a bus depot, in your living room.
We've played that.
Yeah, I'm actually the world champion in that slap game.
Oh, really?
He's literally unbelievable.
Literally.
Wow.
Literally unbelievable.
You literally won't believe it.
It's intimidating to play because then there's the people that do the little flinch, and then there's people that do a little finger tickle, that kind of gay palm thing, which creeps you out, and then they slap you.
There's no tricks with him. It's just pure raw.
Really?
I don't even do the I'm moving away. I won't move my hands.
Just pure hand speed.
Yeah,
just pure reflexive hand speed.
Oh no, I won't move. You could just hit him.
Oh, you don't
see it? That's like Russian style.
He's very zen.
Oh, I see. Give me your best shot. Wear out your opponent. Yeah, rope-a-dope, hand-pan, or whatever you call the hand version of rope-a-dope is.
Float like a butterfinger or something.
The guys, so like I said, going to be on the Tonight Show tonight. And the audience was good, was receptive.
They were
Sound
great.
Was good.
They cheered it at the beginning, obviously, when we first started playing, and then you went into a keyboard solo, and they started cheering again.
Oh, you do.
So I sing, keyboard? They don't cheer for me, but he goes into the keyboard thing, and they're just like,
ladies love the keyboard.
You just play the one keyboard though. Because I want you to... the thing I'm trying to bring back is that late 70s, early 80s hairband.
Yeah, the spread eagle. We've been talking about that.
Not only massive spread eagle, but different elevations. One's about 8 feet off the ground. The other one's actually just sitting on the floor. And then
he knows what you're talking about. He knows.
Massive spread eagle. And
he's bringing it back.
And then you can rock, and you got to look around when you're doing it. You know?
My thing is keyboard players used to wear doctors'
That's what I was going to say, too.
And what happened to that?
Yeah, what happened to Scrubs, Drew?
Yeah, the Revolution.
Still wear 'em.
Prince and the
What
Revolution.
happened to Scrubs in general? Guys in bands used to wear Scrubs. Guys who were just sort of cool guys
not
who,
cool.
who went to junior college wore Scrubs. Like, people wore Scrubs around.
Yeah, it's before Juicy.
The worst boner apparel in the world, by the way, Scrubs. I mean, worse
When
than
a doctor gets a boner, that's embarrassing.
worse than
At the table.
sweatpants, right?
Worse.
I mean, Scrubs considerably worse than sweatpants.
When you
in
wear
the boner
Scrubs
department.
actually have like a metal woven into them.
They
They're
do?
like indestructible. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
But they can't hold a boner back.
No, they're very puffy pant.
Yeah, there's no. Do they have pockets?
Yeah, something in the back, basically, just one in the back.
What was their first color? Blue, and then they came in green,
I think they were green originally.
and then came in blue.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
yeah.
You know what? You could follow the scrub color.
History?
Now, this is a little esoteric here,
Oh,
but
please.
remember when it used to be blue screen and then it went to green screen?
Yeah, oh.
I think
Parallel.
Scrubs changed color about the same time. What do you think of
I
that?
think that's just fascinating as they call.
That's that's what you call heavy, fellas. All right, so surgical scrubs, and yeah, get the two Casios or Hammonds or whatever it's going down
one
today,
for each hand.
and spread them way apart and put them at different heights, and then you have to get in a sort of linebacker stance where you can really rock. All right, and then the scrubs, like I said, optional mask, but wear that down around the
See how
collar.
stuff identifies these bands? Those sharp-dressed bands. No scrubs.
Oh, I
Sharp
see.
dressed.
Okay, but the keyboard,
Well, the second album.
it's just the keyboarder. Yeah,
All Scrubs.
Levin,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Not a lot. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great. What's up?
I'm having these laceration thingy mabobbers, like they kind of grow, and then they don't like explode, but they kind of pop open, and they're, well, of course, on my genitals, but and like it wasn't like oozing out blood, but you know, I put my finger on it, and like I did get a little trace of blood on my finger, and I can't go to my doctor.
Are you sexually active?
I've received oral one time.
Did that person maybe have herpes?
It's possible. I don't think so. I'm not in contact.
You gotta find that dude and talk to him.
That's right.
Yeah.
And why aren't you going to see a doctor about this outbreak?
Yeah, you heard me.
Levin, there's no way I can even imagine what you're
But
describing.
it sounds like herpes,
I
right?
can't tell.
Well, the thing is, the person lives in Hawaii now. She lives in Hawaii. She went to
All right.
boarding school.
Levin, how about going to see a doctor when you're having one of these lesions so we can figure out what they are?
She went to boarding school in Hawaii?
Yeah, her parents got
Surf boarding school.
A surf boarding school. Drew, write that down. That's a UPN hour long. Sunday nights, UPN.
Got it.
9 o'clock, surf boarding
Surf
school.
boarding school.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Troubled teens.
Boarding school.
You, young lady, are going to surf boarding school. And then you hear that sort of Dick Dale guitar come in. Hot chicks. Surfboarding school. North Shore meets North Shore.
Boarding. And there could be like a skateboard camp nearby. No.
Do you work
Drew,
the
no.
oral herpes into it or not?
Into the surfboard
Yeah,
school?
That's what we
Of
call
course.
B story. B story.
That's a subplot to Shark.
It's hour
Where,
long.
where do we take that? I see it happens. You get a little education out of it.
I
That's it.
think
first-
it writes itself.
First appearance, special guest appearance by the chick got her arm bit off by the shark.
Oh,
Awesome. She's hot. Can't think of her name. Get her name. Chris. Get her name. Booker. All right. Oh, Drew, surf boarding school. What the? Who goes to boarding school in Hawaii?
But you understand the play on words. Surfboarding school.
Yeah, surfboarding. Yeah.
Surfboarding school.
Yeah. We'll make sure all the during media training we'll get all the actors.
Well, but the
to
point
say
is
it right.
that the surfboard will be in one color and the ing will.
Right. Oh yeah. And then there's the troubled sort of gothy chick.
Oh, sure.
Who wears like a
Piercings.
black one piece, piercings,
won't
as a
wear a bathing suit.
blackboard. But
we got to
she's
get her out
hardcore.
there. We got to get her a bathing suit and get her on board.
We got to get her on board.
Yeah.
Because it's therapy. Yeah, it heals. The ocean heals. Do you know your body has the same salt content as the ocean?
But Levin with his thing would hurt, so that's why he can't go.
Oh
out.
yeah, salt water would sting your
Yeah.
pecker, Levin, and it would probably draw sharks.
You guys
Is it really easy to get herpes from oral sex?
Yes, really easy. Wow. Sorry,
Levin,
guys.
Yeah.
why is she going to boarding school in Hawaii? I'm more interested in this.
You guys are dead on, though. We were surfing that day that she gave me oral. We were surfing. So
Were
guys
you
are dead
in
on.
Hawaii? By the way, that's a good day for a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Well, surfing is my passion.
Yeah, all right.
Oral
Yeah,
surfing
it was a
is
good
his
day.
passion.
I think he said surfing is his passion, but oral's mine. Receiving, that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Levin,
Yeah.
now wait a minute. Were you in Hawaii with her?
No, we were in Northern California where we live.
And she went to boarding school in Hawaii.
Yeah, her parents got fed up with her. I don't know.
I can't get it out of my head. Surf boarding school. I can't get it out.
But
keep it in your head, but keep it in your mouth, too, would you?
When you guys said that thing about, like, the show and everything, that cracked me up because, like, we were surfing that day, and I spent the night at her house. It just, you guys, like, pieced it together.
Listen, Levin, enjoy your young life. It's all downhill from here. Believe you me. You're not going to have any more surf days with Oral. So, she is in Hawaii because why? She's a good student? She's a troubled student?
I don't know about her student stuff, but she messed up, and her parents got tired of her, and I think she got into drugs and stuff.
Yeah, well, that'll teach her. You're going to Maui, young lady.
All right, listen, Levin. You need a doctor.
Missy, you want to eat macadamia nuts, listen to ukulele music, and dine on roast pig? You got it, Missy.
The way you describe those leaves.
And you know what? You're flying business, not first. I'm putting my foot down. All right, first. You're going to Maui. I didn't go to Hawaii. I was just 28 the first time I went to goddamn Hawaii. Stayed at like the Holiday Inn. Slept on the floor. Are you kidding me? You're bad students, so you go to Hawaii? All right. I'm angry at everybody.
Yeah, not a great idea.
You all disgust me.
Levin, what you've described is meaningless. It could be infection. It could be psoriasis. It could be herpes. You need to get a doctor to look at it and see what this is.
Oh, man, I'm thinking about this. How do you say it again?
Surf boarding school.
Surf boarding school. Yeah.
Surf boarding school.
Yeah. Episode 3, big competition with the males. The male boarding school.
Talk about opportunities for frolicking. It'd be a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you got to get it's the next Baywatch.
Man. I can see it now. Yeah.
We have to do this.
Yeah, very beginning, first shot. Beautiful Hawaiian woman, offshore wind. She's wearing like a sarong. It's blowing. Helicopter shots, sweeping, booming helicopter shot. She's blowing the conch. Ooh. We pan, we come by, we pull in tight on the surfboarding school, and everything's about surf.
But it's got to be like 6 feet under, an ensemble of troubled kids. Comic, got to have a comic twist.
It is. Oh no, because there's the funny stoner Hawaiian teacher.
Oh, and then also the goth chick that's got all kinds of it. It's just it's waiting
awesome.
To be done.
It's awesome, you guys. Anything you guys want to do the music for it?
I think you need to bring back the beach montage that Baywatch.
Oh, the frolic. It'll be there. Don't worry.
Sonic drum, and it got people running. A lot of slow motion, a lot of frolicking. Yeah,
there could be spin-offs like snowboarding school.
Oh my God,
that's like in the 5th season. You do the spin-offs.
Snowboarding school.
Really misbehaving kids.
Wakeboarding school.
Maybe clipboarding school?
Skateboarding.
For like the really smart kids.
Skateboarding. A lot of guys following coaches along the sideline. That's awesome. Clipboarding school. That'd be like season 8.
It wouldn't be as high rated.
By then, they'll buy anything we give them at that point. No pilot for clipboarding school, by the way. The network has ordered 26, just based on the strength of our snowboarding and ironing boarding school.
Boarding school.
Silk.
Adam
Carolla. Yeah, we're replacing Marco Polo with Adam Carolla. I don't know if you guys have heard, so spread it around, please. Go ahead, Silk.
All right. Well, tonight I got a question for the guys in the Bravery. I want to know who you guys look up to when it comes to making music.
That's a broad and deep question.
It's true. For me, I'm a big fan of Brian Eno because he was, kind of a rock star, performer, guitarist guy that then became a producer. And so he was able to crank out a lot of really great pop stuff, but then also did some of the most forward-looking albums.
Yeah, his name used to be everywhere all the time. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard that much from him or by him in the last
He's doing the new Travis record. He's producing. I mean, he did, U2, a lot of those records.
I heard of that band. Were they around? Mid-'80s?
Something like that.
Bono? Bono? Yeah.
Bono. But his stuff is some of the best produced stuff out there and really well written. What about you, John?
I like bands. I think The Clash is probably the best example of it. If you do a band that can just progress through, like a variety of different musical styles, but, they kind of always make it their own, whether it's, punk rock or dub reggae or disco.
Silk?
Yeah.
You planning on starting a band?
I don't know, maybe.
All right. What are you doing, writing for the school newspaper or something?
Well, I'm in the yearbook staff.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Do you get a free yearbook when you get involved with that? Because that'd be the only way they could get me.
We do.
Free yearbook.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, Silk.
All right, thank you.
You got Eno and you got the Clash.
Great.
Good
All
times.
right. Now he's got to go on the computer and look up Brian Eno.
In the Clash, he's 16.
Oh, in the Clash, too. Yeah. I'm going to go get my diploma, by the way.
You are?
Yeah. I owe North Hollywood High 1995 for
And they're gonna give it to
We
you?
the People, the history book, and they never gave me my diploma because I wouldn't pay the money.
So you're going to get it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be part
I
of
took
your...
a stand.
That's part of your series.
Are they
Oh, yeah.
charging you
The
interest?
cameras will be rolling on that one.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Yeah, because I don't know, book room interest has got to be more than like a pawn shop, right? Do they have interest at the book room?
No.
Well, what's library interest? Like if you don't pay
No,
the
that's
library book, you know?
that's tough. Yeah, they have to be sort of on the same par.
Yeah.
Yeah. Book, I've had done some hellacious battles with the book ladies at the book room with the books.
I have
You
no
know,
doubt.
this book was in B condition. It was clearly C condition when I got it, ma'am, and I covered it dutifully. Yeah, made my thing out of a shopping bag. All right. Do people cover books anymore?
No.
Did somebody invent a book cover, perhaps?
Don't take any calls. Stop taking calls.
No, I wanna
Immediately
know.
stop. Do not take this next call.
Do people
not
hold
take it
on?
quickly.
I want to know.
Don't
Do
take
people
it.
cover books? Like
Yes.
your kids cover
Yes,
the
they do.
books
Yes, they do.
with book covers, or they do the shopping bag thing?
Both.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mix it up.
Why do people cover?
Yeah, what's this?
Mostly because their instructors go, we got to cover these books.
Yeah,
We got to
when-
use them again next year.
Yes. Next year, that when I was I went to North Hollywood High, they had books that had like from the 40s and stuff, and they were like, you got to cover these. You have to. It was the whole big thing. You have to cover the book. Somehow the books. What happens? What are you doing
Wear
to that
better.
book? Yeah, I don't know. What about the inside of the book?
I know.
You can't cover that.
I know.
Anyway, they make a big deal about
It's just like
covering
a paper
the book.
bag on.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
paper
and so
bag.
Does that really defend the book?
I don't think.
Like maybe if you wrapped it in,
They have lots of newfangled
like
stuff, too. They
styrofoam or something that would protect it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
my thing
surprised
is.
they don't do the opposite, because I covered my book so you could read something else. You think
Oh,
the teacher
right.
wanted to
Oh.
see the cover of the
Well
book.
done.
Yeah, they should take
Yeah.
the covers off completely.
Yeah.
Or make them transparent.
Yeah, I was. I never opened one, so my thing was like, I'm gonna keep the inside pristine. It's gonna have that new book smell when I'm done with it.
Amber 25.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
What's up?
Yesterday I was working and I put a tampon in, and a couple hours later I went to change my tampon and I couldn't find the string.
Ooh.
And so now I can't find it. And I've had my boyfriend look, and I've had my mom look, and I've looked, and we can't find it.
Mom.
Mom.
Are you a Mormon?
I think if your mother and your boyfriend work together, you can probably
Yeah.
dig it out.
Perhaps you can get
Maybe-
your gym coach in
Or maybe
there
the
too, or some
mom could
other
just
figure
tie
from
a
your
rope
past.
around one another.
Go in.
Hello?
Mom stays out. And
Spelunky?
goes in.
It's like poltergeist.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
into the light.
Yeah, you go into the third dimension there. Go through the porthole in time,
Amber.
known as your daughter's vagina, spinning around, clocks. Yeah,
Cocks floating by.
yeah, that's right.
Eyeballs.
Amber, how did you?
Amber,
How did you broach this
hang
with
on.
your mom?
Oh, yeah.
How did
this
what?
go? How did you get into this with your mom?
I'm more interested in how she got into it with her boyfriend.
That I could
that's
see.
It
doable.
would be hard
That's
to
doable.
convince. I don't know.
Well, I'm scared. I'm going to ask anyone to help me that I can find that I'm comfortable with. So why not your mom or your boyfriend?
No, I know.
They don't make moms the way they used to, Adam.
We feel up.
The moms are sort of your friend now.
Okay.
You
Oh,
see?
to me, there was just a strange woman who smelled funny, who lived in the house. I had to avoid at all costs, and that was real mom. Wait till stepmom came around.
That's war.
That was just someone who wandered in and was basically in the kitchen. To sneak in,
Giving
do
you-
a shoulder roll over the sofa.
Giving you
and-
steely-eyed stares.
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh.
Awesome.
Amber, actually, here's the deal. This is actually quite a common thing.
Okay.
And it is potentially rather serious because you can get, this is how people get toxic shock syndrome, is they get stuff caught inside. And the doctors pull these out all the time, condoms and tampons. It's not an uncommon thing. Sometimes people actually have sex with a condom in and it forces it way up high there where you just can't get it out.
Okay.
It's a very simple maneuver to get it out at your doctor's office, but I would urge you to get it done immediately.
Immediately, like emergency room, or immediately,
Well,
like
if you get fever or feel sick, it's immediate.
What do you look like, Amber?
I'm 4'11", weigh 105 pounds.
Are you attractive?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Because I was just thinking of, like, I'm working the OR that night.
The ER.
Like, ER, sorry.
Yeah.
And close enough. In one room over.
Yeah.
And Amber comes in, And it's like I'm standing. It's like, okay, young hot chick with the tampon stuck in her. Hobo's got a bowling pin wedged in his ass, and he's vomiting on himself. Let's see here. Yeah, Bert, come here.
That's basically how ERs in the county hospital and stuff. That's basically what happens.
Because we would have to, if it was, we'd have to have a serious discussion, and then I don't know, do you play like rock, paper, scissor, or who?
You just
whoever
scramble. Get your work done, get it up, and time it out.
Is there a pecking order? You've been there longer. You get the hot chick with the tampon.
Well, the attendings get to sort of allocate stuff. Yeah. But here's the deal, Amber. The sooner the better. I guess by the book, I should be saying rush right out now and get the thing out.
Yeah.
Maybe a little sort of histrionic to say that, but definitely if you get sick in any way, get abdominal pain, rash, fevers, chills, go immediately.
What about
definitely tomorrow,
Drew? Things that work themselves out, like if you get a splinter, they work themselves out.
It does tend to move in the right direction.
It does.
Tends to, but not fast enough though. It's got to come out.
Is there something we could do to her, like
well, she can
use
squat.
Centrifugal force?
Yes, she can squat deeply and bear down. It tends to push out, just like you're having a bowel movement. I think we can push stuff through a little bit.
Really?
It's pressure. I mean, it's just a pressure phenomenon.
Should you hold your nose?
You might pop if that happens.
Your ears will pop?
Your ears will go, ooga.
So bend down and push.
Drums will.
Bend and push?
Yeah, squat way deep, like your ass lower than your ankles, really down, and as low as your ankles.
Yeah, it's not mathematically possible.
Well, you could sit on.
Well, you could stand over like a mechanic's pit and do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like how they do the ping pong balls.
Yeah. Ever seen that, Drew?
Yeah, and then if somebody's going to reach, they got to reach.
They got to get up?
They got to reach, yeah.
All right.
Should they invent tampons with longer strings?
Should they invent them?
Yeah, or does that exist already? I don't know.
Oh man, there's $1 million right there.
Yeah, but
you can make so much money.
It's not. That really isn't the issue. It's just the stuff gets wedged. And
I would have mine on a leash, like a surfboard.
Around your ankle?
It's a piece of surgical tubing down on my ankle and Velcro. What's going on? Don't worry about it.
They invented it at surfboarding school.
Surfboarding school, tampon leash. Good episode.
Maybe it's punishment for the kids for improper hygiene.
They just write stuff down. We don't have to hash it all out on the air. Someone's going to take this idea and run with it. I know. They haven't already. We have a lot of Hollywood heavy hitter types listening to the show. A lot of agents and producers.
Hey, speaking of which, my show is airing tomorrow night. Actually, if you're listening to somebody on the East Coast, maybe hear it tonight. It's midnight on Discover Health Channel.
Got to catch that.
It's the June 9th. Today's
I'm going to TiVo that, Drew.
Today's the 8th or the 9th? What's today?
The 8th.
So it's on June 9th. Today's the 7th. It's June 8th at midnight. June 8th at midnight. Please just...
I was confused.
June 8th midnight, just TiVo it or turn your CV on. Don't have to watch it. Just please give me some
don't watch love. Don't watch it. Give Drew some love, everybody. He's got a big family.
That's right.
And a pretty heavy coke habit.
Let's take a break.
All right, let's take a break. Jenny?
Yes.
You're 25?
Yes.
You're bi?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. And recently been leaning toward a lesbian relationship?
Yes.
All right. All right, hold the phone. We have the Bravery here tonight. They're going to be on Leno tonight, the Tonight Show night. Drew, please stop monkeying. We will hear something off the new CD. When we come back, we'll speak to Jenny. All that after this. Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. The Bravery in studio tonight. John and Sam both here representing the Bravery. Name of the CD. We'll hear something off of that after this... bisexual call. What happened
to
our...
off. I think people think when we speak to them, that's it. We're done with them.
Breaks my heart.
I know. Let's see, maybe this is it coming
It's never over.
Never.
No. It's like, Rambo from the First Blood. When he kept saying it's not over. It's never over. He's talking about Nam.
Speaking of
we win this time?
Wait. Pick up line 3 here. This is a little diversion for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Somebody is... Vanessa.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. What's happening?
Hi, how are you? I just want to comment about what you were saying last week about women and World War II.
Yes.
World War II knowledge. Adam made a comment.
All war knowledge.
Okay. Well, knowledge is knowledge. What about the women that are fighting for our country right now?
I bet they don't know anything about World War II either. I'm not saying that women aren't brave or don't make a contribution.
Or aren't smart. They just don't. Well, no.
I kind of imply that. But
you're just saying.
I've never met a woman who knew any. Look, here's what I'm saying. I've never met a woman who knows anything about World War II or almost any war. I think they just tune out immediately when you go like, who are the Allied and the Axis powers? They're like, huh? The good guys and the bad guys. They're like, most of them, some of them get as far as the United States and Germany, and that's usually where it ends. Any major battle, any piece of machinery, any aircraft, any names from that thing, it's the biggest thing in the last 60 years, changed the course of the world, really, and not a woman knows a thing about it ever.
You're saying specifically they don't know anything about World War II. Like they might know everything about the Korean War.
No. They definitely don't know the
They're
vehicles.
whizzes when it comes to the Korean War. They're like,
War of 1812, they know all about that.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, no, they...
quiz Vanessa. Let's see where she is.
She doesn't know. She's just standing up for the young women in the military, but it would be a funny bit if I went over to Iraq and interviewed women about what they don't know about World War II.
Adam,
yes.
you know what? You're just making
Vanessa's been drinking.
a reason or an excuse to goof on women, and that is not right, because they're putting their life on the line for us here in the United States.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
There's maybe an impairment of some type.
Impairment?
Yeah.
No, I talked to her. She's claiming that she had dental work.
Oh, really?
But she sounded the same last night as well.
John's having some dental work right now.
I'm going to use that.
All right. Vanessa?
Can I help you?
Vanessa?
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? Oh, see, now I got your attention. Adam, are you married?
Yes.
Are you married, Adam?
Yes. Sorry, baby. I'm married. What can I say? I'm spoken for, but maybe in another life. We'll get together. I'll tell you about World War II. You tell me about how to properly do a beer bong. It'll be awesome.
Oh, well, I just want to know, do you have a website?
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's broads don't know nothing about World War II.com. .org. Sorry, sponsored by the government.
Who cares?
What?
You know what?
Vanessa, listen, whatever you do, don't get fired up and hang up, because I'm knee deep into this call, and I'm going up to my neck.
Okay, tell me this.
Yes.
Why do you have so much anger for women?
I love women. What are you talking about?
You goof on them all the time.
Look, all I said was I hate women. Look, no, outside of my own family, I'm cool with chicks. You understand why I hate our callers?
Oh, no, okay, well, tell me this. What is weft? What is a French manicure?
That's where they do they do the white on the end.
What's a weft?
Yeah. What's a what?
A weft. W-E-S-T.
A west?
A west.
That is a direction that would be the opposite of east. Yes.
That is a row of hair for hair extensions. Now you
hold on. By the way, wow! I love when women. It's so great too when chicks pull that. Like, look, I don't know about world history, but you know nothing about pastry. Like, yeah. I know. I'm deeming that a novelty. I could start bringing up model airplane stuff too, but I'm not. We're talking about world events here, not about hairdos. Yeah, yeah. Well, what's a Dorothy Hamill, huh?
It's because men are like constantly at battle with each other for like territory and.
I know.
And women aren't. We're loving.
I hate women. No. Listen, Vanessa. All I was saying is it was Memorial Day.
Yes.
And I was giving a tip of the hat to the fighting men and women who have served this country so gloriously over the years and have given their life in duty. And I decided to ask the ladies if they could name one airplane from World War II, and we talked to 22 chicks.
Didn't we get one that did? One that had like three of them.
You didn't ask the man.
Yeah, but we found out her boyfriend was standing next to her, feeding him.
No, you didn't ask the men.
I didn't ask the men about hairdos?
No, about World War II.
No, we got one 18-year-old stoner from like Lompoc, and he fired off 5 planes.
It's not called Lompoc, it's Lompoc.
All right.
Let's go.
Vanessa, hold on a second.
It's like picking at a sore. Adam.
All right, I can't help it. But Vanessa.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You guys know who I am.
No, we do. We do.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm from Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona.
okay? Are you drinking tonight?
No, I had veneers put. You know, my front teeth, my veneer. You know what a veneer is?
Right, but what about your brain?
I had a stroke.
Oh, see, now I feel bad.
I see.
All right, what happened?
She was in the car accident.
Were you in a car accident?
Oh, Ron O.
And she's blind, remember?
Oh, no.
Remember, you're the blind, partially
Before
blind.
I was like sort of on the fence about going to hell.
Yeah.
Now I'm the ambassador.
I remember Vanessa.
Now I'm getting a sash.
No, you don't even believe there is one.
Well, okay, but if there is one, that's where I'm going.
Vanessa, you're partially blind, right? That's you?
No, I'm not blind.
You weren't head injured in a car accident? Wasn't that you?
I know who you're talking about. There's two separate ones.
Wow.
Oh, two
What
different-
happened, Vanessa?
Okay.
What happened with you? Did you get in an accident?
A stroke.
No, I went into the hospital because I had pneumonia, and they didn't. I can't really talk about it. They didn't pump my lungs, and so that's.
All right.
I can't talk about
Are
it.
you okay? Are you able to work? Oh, let's put our petty differences aside, Vanessa.
Okay, well, you know, that's beside this phone call is all about what.
Well, hold on. When I say we're putting our petty differences aside, you can't say that. You can't not put that aside. We got to put that aside. What's going on? Are you working?
You know what? That's not the purpose of this call.
Oh, all right. Look, I felt sorry for you for like 10 seconds, but you got to bitch so much. Jesus Christ. Drew, look, it's just a known fact that women don't know anything about World War II. That's all, or any war. Not their field of interest. Yes?
Seems that way.
Yes. But what's going on with the teachers?
I don't know.
They're supposed to be teaching them that crap?
You would think.
All right.
Wait, nobody could get any airplane from World War II?
Not the women.
They
couldn't get access to Allied powers.
No, yeah, but we have exceptionally dumb callers. I mean, not Vanessa
When was the
side.
last time I had a conversation with a girl about World War II?
Never. It's never happened.
That's how I'm going to start. I'm going to use that to get
Try
the
the
good
Civil
ones.
War sometime.
You would have difficulty finding one that knew what decade it was in.
World War II.
Predominantly,
Yeah.
yes. I say I'm going to start a game show.
Cheyenne?
Yeah.
What's happening?
It's your dude.
What?
All right, hold on a second. I want to hear a song from the Bravery.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah.
All right. Do you remember Vanessa? You're thinking of somebody else.
I was thinking of somebody else, but I remember Vanessa too.
All right. I feel bad now, but,
Yeah.
you know, what are you going to do? She was giving me a pain in my ass. All right. Should we hear something? Let's self-title now, by the way, Bravery. You queued up there, Chris? This one's called An Honest Mistake. Bravery, everyone. Off the album, the Bravery. Could have been the Tonight Show night. Sound like there could have been some dual keyboard playing.
Easily.
Spread out,
There's a little
nice
bit.
and wide.
Opportunity for that.
We'll be back with the boys and play a little Germany or Florida. All that after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
The one and only Live 105.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew over there. The feisty, animated Dr. Drew. Look out. He's a man of passion, and he's not scared to shed or spread.
Spray. Or spray my passion.
His passion upon you, the listener.
We're going to take the heart of our enemy and we're going to eat it. Ooh, what was that?
I have no idea.
Get that crap.
I don't know. I think that's just actually what you think, but I've never heard you actually say that.
Certainly it escaped you and I.
John and
the
Sam,
heart of our enemy and we're going to eat it.
The bravery. They're scaring. Even the bravery scared in front of you,
It's
Drew.
interesting what can be taken out of context. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I think that's in context, Drew. I think you meant every syllable.
No doubt.
I had a nice thing happen to me today.
Yeah.
I had the first time, for my entire life, they've been telling me not to take those Q-tips and shove them inside of my ear.
Yeah.
Because they do that thing where they go, you get the Q-tip and you go, I'm going to clean my ear out.
That.
And they're like, no. Don't put that in your ear. Outside.
It's for the pinna.
Listen, what do you mean? Outside, I can get my finger or popsicle stick.
That's
I don't need their crap for the outside. I need their crap for the inside.
Yeah. All right. You need the wax cones. That's what you need. The thing you set on fire.
We need to get into that. We need to get into
we've got
coning,
stories,
and candling, and coning, and all this. But let me just say this:
Say it.
My buddy Daniel punctured his eardrum.
I know, it happens all the time. It's the leading cause of ruptured ear. I see it all the time.
What? Just putting a Q-tip
I've
in
been
your ear?
shoving that stuff in my ear for my whole life.
How many times have I told you about that?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's never happened.
I just have told you about it a million times. It never happens until it happens. Now your buddy's got it, and it's going to be a pain for him.
Yeah. It's just can't open his mouth, which is probably a good thing.
Ooh, Adam.
Well,
opportunity for you.
Call it like I see it. The point is I finally found someone who did damage to themselves with the Q-tip.
Did he slip or anything, or just did it pushing it in?
He just was cleaning and went in there.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about candling for a second, because when I met Jimmy Kimmel 10, 11 years ago, he was all about the candling. And he told me, you put these wax funnels in your ear, and then you light them on fire, and the next thing you know, the earwax just comes pouring out. But he was duped.
Yeah, it's the wax pouring out.
It's the wax of the candle.
Yes, of course.
I was in Santa Barbara. I dropped like $18 at a head shop and bought 3 of these candles. And then, cut to me lying on the kitchen floor, the paper plate stuffed in my ear, and this thing on fire, me yelling at my girlfriend. I don't feel anything. I can't hear. It's horrible. But here's the thing. Jimmy's new lady friend, Sarah Silverman, got herself an actual water pick, like an instrument.
Yeah.
And works ears with it.
I've actually had that done.
Yeah. Goes nuts.
They blast my ear full of water.
Yeah.
And like a wax, an inch of wax.
Yeah, you can get those little squirt bulbs too.
It's the most satisfying experience of my life.
And you can just do it yourself if you want.
Yeah. Well,
simple.
She unfortunately found a part that would not free itself.
It's hard. Sometimes it can be very
She
intense.
couldn't get at it, and she was going nuts.
Herself.
On me.
On you.
On my ear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a chunk in there. The left side is bad because I drive and my wife gets the right side while I drive. It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome.
Let me get. I don't think I have an otoscope with me. You don't
have an otoscope with you? Listen, I don't like that feeling when they put that thing in your ear.
Well, that's the only way you're going to see what's going on in there.
Listen, I know what's going on in there. The point is she got me with the water pick and couldn't get this chunk out.
While you were driving?
How do you know?
No, actually,
you wouldn't let her look in there. How do you know
we're not mobile.
How do you know there's a chunk?
She's looking in there with the water pick, saying there's a chunk in
water
it.
Pick.
Maybe she has one of those. What are they called?
Otoscopes.
Otoscopes. Yeah, she's got an otoscope. She's like I don't think she's licensed or bonded or anything, but she's really. By the way, you got to be a Jewish chick to do that. no goyim would ever go around with the thing and the candle and the spray and the otoscope, like actually traveling around doing people's ears. But that is a thing that chicks do. The one thing they do know, maybe not World War II, but they know like picking zits and cleaning ears, and they're like spider monkeys.
Yeah, it's good.
They'll jump right on your head and start pulling stuff out of that.
One of your minion has been deflowered. Talk to Shannon real quick.
All right. Shannon?
Hi, Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, about like half an hour ago, I just received a ticket making a left-hand turn on a red arrow.
Wow.
Did you? We had that code that said how you can get out of it.
Yeah, that's worthless.
Vehicle code.
Look, in any great battle, there's going to be martyrs. There will be the fallen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't win a war without losing a few lives, and that's what happened to young Shannon, by the way. And so a
great monument is on him.
Yeah, well, let me tell you what the deal is. They have these left turn arrows all over town. As of 6 years ago, there were 3, all in Culver City. Now there's thousands spread across the Southland. I'm all for the arrow that turns green and alleviates traffic, but then it turns red, and it stays red while the signal is green. And you're sitting there in the middle of the night not being able to turn left, even though the signal is green, and there's no traffic coming from any direction. And by the way, 6 months ago, there was no arrow there. You just turned left when it was safe to turn left. Now you're just sitting there waiting to get carjacked or T-boned by a drunk driver. I have started a personal crusade to go through every goddamn one of them. I just drive through them. I've done thousands, and I beg my listeners to do the same. My thing is I don't think cops will see you. Now, I don't know if this cop was behind Shannon. Shannon?
Yeah.
Where was the fuzz?
The cop? He was on the right, like I was making a left onto the street, and he was on the right side. He was in the dark, pitch black. I guess he was watching for speeders.
Where were you?
I was in Laguna Niguel. This is Orange County. This dominates Culver City in terms of...
We're just out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah, they're going insane with the arrows.
Yeah.
And what time did you get it in the evening?
10:15, yeah. It was like almost like 40 minutes ago now.
Where in Laguna Niguel?
On the corner of, if I give you the street...
Why, you know Judge
Well, I'm
over
just
there?
saying like Crown Valley and those things.
Yeah. It's right near Crown Valley.
Yeah, see?
Almost every
that's where the green arrow was invented.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the red arrow.
Yeah.
So listen, Shannon.
Yeah.
Listen, you're still in the game. Because here's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to fight this ticket. I just drove through when we had the weenie
Hey, the man's
roast.
already taken a bullet. You're going to make him go back and take... Oh.
Yes, brave soldier. Because I was just out there when the Bravery was playing the weenie roast, and I drove through several hundred of those godforsaken left turn reds.
In Irvine.
In Irvine on my way home from the whatever. The point is now, and this is where it starts, you must fight it. And you must say... Why? By the way, that intersection has been there for 35 years. The arrow's been there for 8 months.
No, not a Crown. That's my question.
20 years.
All right.
The arrow's been there for 20 months. What were the people doing the other 19 years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why isn't that arrow on a timer? It's there to alleviate traffic, but in the middle of the night,
or why not yield on green? Why not yield on?
You know what I'm going to need you to do?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to go to that intersection. Okay. I'm going to need you to go there at the time you got the ticket, and I'm going to need you to videotape while the arrow is red and the signal is green, and show the judge that there are no cars, no oncoming traffic, and they're going to have to explain to you why what you did was dangerous.
And try to get them to change it to yield on green.
Yeah, and what's wrong with the timer, you pussies? All right, Shannon, please keep fighting the fight and call us back, but please fight this, would you please?
I'll give you an update.
Are you going to fight it?
I'm going to fight it for sure, because I can't...
Fight it! Fight it! Yes! Listen, everyone, fight these tickets. These chicken-ass tickets? What the hell are they doing? We're sitting there in the middle of the night, and all they talk about is getting traffic moving in this town?
It is one of the great patriots.
Pussies. With their what is their new thing? Click it or ticket? Yeah. Oh, kiss my ass, you idiots. You guys come up with something better than that. And how about letting the town breathe, huh? How about we get to move a little bit? How about you stop putting your wet, crappy, urine-soaked blanket on us and let us drive? We employ you, you idiots. Now go out there and bust some perps and quit handing out chicken-ass tickets. Jesus Christ. No one ever speaks up either. Everyone just sits around. Well, the arrow must be there for a reason, you lemmings. Sit around, lemmings. Sit around and wait for the Grim Reaper, you pussies, and do just what the man tells you to do, you wusses. Be the man's little bitch. That's a great plan. Just sit around. And by the way,
and we'll be back.
No wiping your ass until the man gives you the green light, you lemming pussy
after
puppets. Okay. The Bravery in tonight. We'll be back to chat down with them after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. 1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
the one and only Live 105.
Yeah, everybody. What'd it be like? I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Sam and John here tonight from the Bravery.
That band was the Dead 60s, by the way, and we're going on tour with them.
Oh, really?
They're really good. They're pretty good.
They're not the Dead 60s, but the Bravery can be found tonight on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And who else was on the show tonight?
Adam Brody
From the OC.
yeah, and Chris Matthews, I think, from Hardball.
Drew, you've done Hardball, yes?
Many times. Oh,
Yes.
wait, you've never done that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't do deep cable, Drew.
Yeah.
I do network. That's deep cable. All right. Corey,
Yep.
you're 29?
Yes, Adam. I'm an attorney, and I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm really for this left turn thing, and I want to defend Shannon for free and make a big stink about this ticket.
Well, we really, I think we, yes, thank you. Let me just say this about our society. We have abandoned our society. Everyone is just sleepwalking through it. There was a day when we used to question the man. You know, you told the black chick to get to the back of the bus. She said, "Screw you, Whitey. I'm sitting up front." And everyone,
Exactly.
of course, it was a law. But no, we're not gonna stand for it. We need to wrestle our society back from, your brethren, the attorneys, and the man. The man is squeezing us. We can't get anything done, especially here in Southern California.
All the FCC stuff.
All the FCC stuff, all the laws on the road. You got to drink, your beer out of a paper cup. You can't do anything. You go to the airport, you get get a stick put up your ass. We got to wrestle it back from the man, and this is just the first step in a very long journey. Corey,
Adam, I agree with you. I also think that crab shampoo should be available, over the counter.
Thank you. That's another one of those
that
things.
Works.
Yes.
The morning after pill, for crying out loud.
Thank you. We live in a society where you can buy a fifth of scotch and a crossbow, but if you want crab shampoo, you got to get a note from the doctor.
Yeah.
What, are the kids drinking it?
Yes.
What the F is going on? We need to stand up. You need to defend our last caller.
Shannon.
Yes, you need to defend
Shannon, the Patriot.
Right.
Patriot Shannon. Brother Shannon.
Brother Shannon.
You never got high on crab shampoo?
Wait, kids are drinking crab shampoo? What is it?
You need to. Here's what you need to do. First, you need to defend Shannon in court for this left turn arrow thing, and then secondly,
How'd Shannon get a hold of a Corey?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on, I have a second part of the case.
Okay.
Sue his parents for naming him Shannon. I'm pretty sure you can win that one. Yeah. No. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to put these two together. But let me give you the broad strokes of your case, Corey.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Corolla, Judge Corolla.
Well, first off, forget about letter of the law. What about spirit of the law? Obviously, I don't know why these arrows ever turn red. They should just go to yield. People turn left at every other intersection. What is so special about this intersection that's inherently more dangerous than the two intersections to the left and to the right of it? That's one thing. The next thing is how about you guys use your technology, perhaps the technology you guys use to give everyone tickets when they go through the intersection, a hummingbird's fart away after the light turns yellow or red or whatever and snaps shots from 15 different angles. How about you use some of that technology to put these things on timers? So at 10:30 in the evening, when there's no traffic, people can move along. And also, what about the danger of just sitting in the middle of the highway in your car?
These days.
Yes, when people could be perhaps driving drunk or carjackings, or is it more dangerous to turn left when there's zero traffic, or sit there just waiting to be clipped by some biker? Yes.
Give me a mother
hooligan.
effing shoot!
That's right. Now, what do you think?
Anything else I need to put down?
Now, how are you gonna defend young Shannon, Corey?
Okay, well, I've never done a traffic ticket case before.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I was just going to do some research and then, go in there and, talk about freedom and justice. And
Well, we had a cop call one night and said that the interpretation of the actual the statute is pretty flexible. The actual statute that says you have to, it actually says you can turn on the red arrow.
Yeah, if you do a little homework, you might find a loophole. But here's the thing. Not all laws, there's certain laws that were meant to be broken. This is at the top of the list. Let's just admit we made a mistake and serve the public. That's what we need to do. All right? All right, call us and keep us posted.
Bad. You give us a bad name, Adam.
What's that? Not all attorneys? All right.
Only 99%.
I will not talk smack about you or your kind if you get young Shannon off on this.
How shall he call you?
Hey, you ballless fags! Just kill yourselves.
How should he get a hold of you?
I was thinking I was talking about publicists there. To be fair,
that's true. Yeah.
To be fair,
I don't want to give out the phone number, but
all right,
for your business,
we're gonna put a Corey
We'll get it
on
off
hold,
the air, and then we'll get
it off the air. Now, here's what we need to do, everyone. A, everyone needs to go through every one of these MFing signals, Pussy Drew. You must do it too.
Mm-hmm.
B, if, and it's a big if, because I've driven through 2,000 of these things now, never gotten cited. If you get cited, we need to fight it. And then we just clog the entire system up and it grinds to a halt. That's what we need to do. All right, I'm sorry.
What's this lawyer's name?
Corey.
I'm pretty sure it's Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I know. It needs to put cream on its skin.
Put lotion in the basket.
Put that lotion in the basket.
This would be awesome when a guy's like 6'8" with 5 foot of forehead just shows up at court, just looking like Lurch. How do you plead? How's your client plead? Scares the crap out of the judge. Now, look, the cops don't even show up half the time. When I got my ticket in Burbank, the cop didn't show up. So we just need to keep beating it. That's all. Need to beat back the man and explain to them their job is to, again, do what, Drew?
Do what we want them to do.
That's what you cops need to do, what we tell you to do, not what you feel like doing. Understand? Go bust some perps. Leave the chicken-ass stuff to the meter maids.
Take a little Germany or Florida.
All right. Cheyenne?
Yeah.
You're 32?
Yeah.
What's up?
I agree with the left turn deal. I've never had to deal with one, but...
Hey, Cheyenne, what's going on?
Just do it! I'll stop and take off on a straight red light if nobody's coming.
Yeah, I'd do that too. It's nice. Yeah, why not? Hold on a second. Let me just say something different. What's so different about an intersection with where no one's coming with a red light or one with a stop sign on your sign where no one's coming?
Whatever happened to the blinking red light?
All right. Let's just use our own brains, everybody, and just drive accordingly. Can we do this? And if someone does something dangerous, they get killed. It's awesome.
Germany or Florida.
David Allen Greer.
Germany or Florida. Germany or Florida. Germany or Florida.
We have to play that, otherwise Dave fires off an angry, drunken email at
To
Dr.
me,
Drew.
yes.
It has there's overtones of racism implied in it too. Go ahead, Cheyenne.
All right, a 46-year-old woman was incarcerated for 30 days for shooting her neighbor's chihuahua. She told the authorities that when the chihuahua entered her backyard, the beast frightened her for her life, and she fired her shotgun twice into the air before killing the animal. Germany or Florida?
The beast?
Yeah, the beast.
It was a 3-pound chihuahua.
She fired it twice into the air and then killed the chihuahua?
Right.
And then killed it because it wouldn't leave.
It was a
She
warning,
gave it 2
warning
warning
shot.
shots.
Yeah.
2
And by
warning
the way,
shots. It wouldn't leave. She was afraid for her life, and it wouldn't leave. And
Okay.
So it was not a spontaneous gut reaction to the chihuahua storming in or something like that. She
Fair.
actually thought about it long enough to
Premeditated.
Yeah.
Right. Well, although she
I think that's
she fired a
Chihuahua
warning
slaughter.
shot and the chihuahua kept coming.
I'm saying it wasn't just some sort of frightened response. She
Right.
thought it out and
Yes.
delivered.
And by the way, write all the letters you like. Good. One less chihuahua. They're wretched beasts.
All right.
They're lower
Germany
than pigeons.
or Florida?
They really are. They're horrible. I wish more of them would just get shot by old ladies with shotguns.
Germany
It
or
would make my
Florida?
day. Please, people with the chihuahuas, they're horrible animals.
Shotgun, chihuahua, backyard, Florida.
Feels like Florida. Shotgun feels like Florida. Chicks sporting shotgun feels like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you guys think? Germany or
Germany.
Florida?
I'm gonna go Florida.
Yeah, I think they make better shotguns in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't tolerate those dogs.
No.
I feel like people are better armed
In Germany?
in America.
America.
Yeah. So, Sam, you going Florida?
Yeah, I'm going Florida.
Yeah.
John?
I'm gonna go with Germany.
Germany could be right.
All right. So we got 2 Floridas into Germany.
Even an
Right?
I'm going Germany.
Okay. Here we go.
Germany too.
Cheyenne?
Germany or Florida?
Naples, Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
It hurts.
Yeah,
It hurts.
I know.
That's all. That's all. All right, Cheyenne. Thanks.
All right,
buddy.
you guys rock. Thanks.
Thank you. I hate chihuahuas. They're horrible.
I got that.
They're horrible.
Yeah, I hear
they
that.
just growl all the time. They're a little yappy. I just when you take a look at a chihuahua and you take a look at a lab,
Yeah.
or a chihuahua, I would just like to back over chihuahuas. What,
There's
you got
2
a lab?
kinds of
Todd?
dogs. Oh, I have a
what?
lab.
Oh yeah.
What are the 2 kinds?
I think they either come from wolves or hyenas. And good dogs like labs or retrievers or nice dogs, and lap dogs or like overgrown rats all come from hyenas.
Yes.
Is that true?
It sounds good.
It sounds good. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. A hyena
I think
is
it is
even
actually
better
true.
than a chihuahua. Chihuahuas are horrible. Have you ever met one you like?
No.
The
They're
Taco
just-
Bell one was maybe the best Chihuahua ever, but
That's a
it's not
midget in an
dog.
outfit.
Oh,
That's
it's
not actual dog. I know that guy.
Ren.
Yeah.
From Ren and Stimpy.
Ren
Yeah,
actually is
he's
the
pretty
best
decent chihuahua. But look, it's funny to me that one got shot with a shotgun because they are lower on the chain than roaches or pigeons. Lindsay,
Hi,
you're 17.
I am.
What's up?
I was wondering what the health problems would be with getting a tattoo.
Actually, I found something that's worse than chihuahuas. The people that drag them around and now foist them on you and bring them into your life. Like, how many chihuahuas would you actually come across if not for those broads who drag them with them everywhere and carry them everywhere?
Dalmatians and chows, they're also...
Yeah, no, they're neurotic. Yeah. But here's the thing. You don't get the crazy bitch with the bad hair dragging the Dalmatian into wherever you work or forcing you to have interaction with the Dalmatian. Yeah. They're at the fire department.
Yeah. Dalmatians don't fit in a purse. I think that's
right. You don't have to deal with Paris Hilton's Dalmatian.
The chows. Yeah.
Or chow.
Yeah.
They just run around with their purple tongue and people tell you to stay away from them.
Right.
Hey, Corolla, I got a Chihuahua that I'll bring in. You'll like it.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, it was a great
No.
one. Yeah, Drew, I showed you the picture the other day. It's a great little
true.
dog.
That's
all right.
Oh,
You bring it in, Anderson.
But that's not really. That's one of those mini chihuahuas.
Yeah,
Now bring.
He's cool. He's
bring
like
it in.
3 pounds.
You get the bring the skeet loader in, and you bring the. You
Adam,
bring
I know that
it's going to be awesome.
Your center, you're gooey, and you'll love this dog.
I hate all chihuahuas.
All right, Lindsay, what's the question?
What would be some of the health risks from getting a tattoo?
Mostly, it's something you just don't want someday. There are people that are concerned about bloodborne pathogens like hepatitis or HIV.
No one seems to get it. There seems to be no repercussions for getting tattoos or piercings, really.
Does it depend where you get it?
Yeah, of course. Reputable places and make sure they're using sterile equipment.
No, I meant the part of your body.
Come on, Drew.
I've not seen. I imagine you could get infected just about anywhere.
Yeah,
But
oral tattoos are just as infective as genital tattoos.
Mm-hmm. But I've not seen that happen, so I'm just guessing that can happen.
Lindsay?
Yeah.
What are you looking to get?
I want to get one on my hip so that I won't see it when I'm older, so I won't regret getting it, and probably only about an inch, so not that big of a deal.
What are you going for? What are you looking at?
Probably a Buddha.
A Buddha.
Why a Buddha?
That's
Why
going
a
to pay
Buddha?
dividends. You love that well into your 50s.
Why a Buddha?
Yeah.
Because I'm atheist, and it's probably the closest to something that I like, and I thought about Chinese symbols, but everybody has them.
Yeah, effed out, as we say in the tat business, with the Chinese symbols. And I know they're effing with us, too, by the way. The tat guys are like, I'm a wuss, or, put your balls here. That's what it says on China. Yeah, small of the back. Yeah, it's awesome. It means arrogant warrior. It really says put your balls here.
Rest nuts here. Oh, okay.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Why bother? Don't bother with the tats. Not going to help you. No one cares. Just knock it off. Remember, you're special, and there's no one else out there like you.
So you don't need anything to.
You don't need to get a tat.
Yeah.
You're the only Lindsay. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, there's a lot of Lindsays, but...
Well, I know. There's a lot of chicks named Lindsay, but you're, Lindsay. No one else was created like you.
That's probably true.
Yeah, you're like a really mediocre snowflake. You know what I mean?
I think I'm better than a mediocre snowflake, but...
Okay, all right.
Can I officially go on record as saying I don't understand the appeal of tattoos?
Yes.
And I know I'm in a band and stuff, and I'm supposed to have tattoos, but I don't.
I was reading some stuff
and I don't get it at all.
On chicks, especially.
1860s about criminals, and they were saying, oh, yes, criminals always have tattoos.
Yeah.
It's part of criminal impulses.
Oh, interesting.
And that interesting that, we've seen on this show is that people that need to tat their body up are usually because they've been physically abused or sexually abused or both.
Yes.
And
I think people just do it because they think that it makes you look
ask
cool
somebody who has ask
Hollywood.
people who have a bunch of tats sometimes.
Well, that's a bunch of tats.
Yeah.
That's different. That's commitment. The commitment I respect. It's the girl with the lower back tattoo that we just need to get over that.
Like when you walk into the place and you pick a tattoo from the wall of tattoos,
right?
Then you're not getting it for the image at all. You're getting it because you want to have a tattoo for some reason. You think it makes you look tough or something. Like Lindsay, is she still there?
Yeah.
Why do you want to? Obviously, the Buddha is probably not that important to you. Why do you want to have a tattoo?
Because it's not religious. The Buddha. That's why she wants it.
And by the way, the Buddha's kind of thing where people aren't going to know what it is in a few years. They're going to be like, "Oh, you got Felix the cat?" No, it's
Figaro the cat.
It's Buddha.
Wait, how come you want to have a tattoo?
I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do one with my friend, and I don't know, just something to do that would be for me, kind of a rebellious type thing.
All right, you kids want to rebel? How about driving through some of those left turn red arrows, huh? How about you tell the man to kiss your ass that way instead of pay some guy $50 to put a little art on your cheek?
I do drive through the left turn red arrows.
Good girl. Make sure it's safe and then do it. All right, look. Here's what girls need to hear from guys, especially guys from bands, because I know we're the man, but the Bravery certainly does not represent the man. A tat never did anything to help a woman in the looks or attractiveness department. We will.
I have to kind of disagree with that. I mean, I know I'm sounding hypocritical.
You really are. You're contradicting yourself.
But I've definitely.
Go ahead.
Back me up. Once in a while, there's a sexy tattoo.
If you get the super crazy Japanese back tattoos, and they can kind of
it can be hot.
Make the waves kind of crash over their talks.
It lets you know they're open for business, but has it ever made a woman more sort of physically attractive?
I'll put it to you this way: I've never been into a girl because of her tattoo. It would never make or break the deal.
Well, let me make this point, and maybe Dr. Drew can back me up. They say girls who smoke are I don't know, 1,000,000 times more promiscuous than the ones that don't. And I think the same is true for tattoos.
Interesting.
So maybe they're trying to put something out.
Oh, tattoos and piercings definitely are people putting something out. They're telling you they're open for business.
Yeah.
But you guys want to get over the one at the base of the back.
Yeah, the lower back.
But you want a huge back tattoo instead.
No, I think the one at the base of the back.
I said I was into commitment.
Right.
Okay, if you're going to do it, do it. Okay. Don't just...
but get a tattoo that, if it actually means something to you, if it's actually an important thing to you, don't just get it for the sake of getting it. Because it's the least rebellious thing you can do. Everybody gets a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's like if you're a girl piercing your belly button.
Yeah, the cool thing is to not get a tattoo. Oh my God, I met this chick and she doesn't have a tattoo. She's punk rock.
I'm just saying we've all met hot chicks with tattoos who would be just as hot minus the tattoo. Like once in a while you go, oh no, there's this chick who's totally smoking and she's got a tattoo. Look, you put a little piece of gaffer's tape over the tattoo, you still want to bone her. Right?
All I'm saying is I have seen tattoos that did actually work, that were kind of hot.
But in 10 years,
but it is
they
very,
might not.
very
and the
few
chick
and
is
far
still
between,
hot.
and not worth it. Yeah,
Yeah, and it should, get something that means something to you. Like Drew has a zigzag man on his right nut.
Left nut.
Left nut, sorry. But when I'm facing you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's my right. Chuck?
Yeah.
You're 25?
Yes.
What's up?
All right. I got a kind of awkward question, but figured you're the best people to ask. I was at a bachelor party about 2 weeks ago, and we were all, getting drunk. We had some strippers over. It was a good time, and the strippers pulled out some lollipops, and one thing led to another. A lollipop ended up in my mouth after it was inside of her and not in her mouth.
Right.
I was curious. Am I at any risk for getting anything?
Yeah, you could be.
Was she licensed? Was she bonded?
She's definitely bonded, but
yeah, this is I've seen this done before. It's one of
the technique.
Does it have a name?
I just called a telly, like a telly Savalas.
I see a telly.
Pulling a telly. But it's one of these things where once in a while guys get caught in these horrible positions at bachelor parties because they're drunk and there's peer pressure and it's like, okay, and then once in a while the really skanky strippers like, all right, lie down and I'm gonna pour goat's milk down my face. It's gonna drip off my vulva, and then you're like, you want to go like, go ahead and pass on this one, but all the guys are screaming and you have to act like, all right, that's hot, you have to go do it.
Well, the weird thing is I was kind of into it because she used to ride my school bus in middle school.
Oh, really?
So
that's different.
It was actually kind of hot, but I mean, what was I going to do? Spit out the lollipop and say no? She was...
And the symbolism of the lollipop too, from the girl that he knew once went.
Scary.
Well,
she rode your. Wait a minute. She rode your bus, but did she go to your school?
Yeah, she went to my school. Yeah.
And
in middle school, so she was.
You knew her in like the 8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade through like
11th
grade.
Hold on.
She was already in trouble then, right?
8th grade through 11th grade.
Yeah.
And then then she moved or something.
No, I went to a different school after that.
Oh, you got kicked out.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're a troublemaker too.
And speaking of, I have tattoos, and I think they're very sexy, by the way.
Okay, I bet you think you're hot. So you hate, but this is a chick you just recognize. I mean, obviously you didn't know her name, right? She used a different name.
Yeah, she used a different name, but as soon as she came in, she recognized all of us, and like she knew my one friend who was there, who was actually the Bachelor, and she was going nuts. She knew his wife to be, and she was kind of like, "Don't tell him about what's going on," and got a little crazy.
Hold on, to me, I would have, for me, that's like bachelor party. It's time to call a timeout, like convene, like, okay, what are the implications here? She knows the wife. We went to junior high. There's some serious pros and cons going on right now. We need to all just figure this out before the debauchery begins. Like, this is hot because we haven't seen her since the 9th grade. On the other hand, she could squeal to the old lady. You know what I mean? we'd have to have a serious like breakdown discussion to figure this one out.
Doesn't sound good.
I would say
bail out.
I would say go sick. And then we kill her and throw her in the desert.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could see you going that way.
Yeah, so that way, you know what I'm saying?
All
It's
right.
kind of sort of win-win.
To get back to his question.
Yeah.
That is a way to transfer things, right? I mean, it's body fluid going into mucosal membrane on your side. So things like syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, all that could be transmitted that way.
Pubic hair,
but not particularly likely. It's not like oral sex where you're getting direct contact, but it could be passed along. Yeah, things could be passed along.
All right,
it'd be hard to get.
Chuck, if you do actually, you're not going to get anything.
I can't imagine you get HIV or hepatitis or anything like that. Those are very difficult things to control.
Yeah, if you do pick something up, and you got to go to the doctor, feel free to make something up. Try to salvage a little dignity. Say it was a gay trick that went bad or something. Not quite as humiliating as you pulling the telly. All right, buddy.
Wait. Where are you from?
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Is this Chuck?
Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in the middle of nowhere.
It says Chuck.
It's Chuck.
If she had a tattoo on her back, then I think you're pretty much screwed, though.
So, Drew.
Yeah.
You don't know what goes on at these bachelor parties.
No, and the more I hear about it, the more thankful I am that I don't. Really,
it is.
It sounds bad. It sounds like I would feel
corner of Hades.
like I would feel. Yeah, I would feel guilty and dirty and uncomfortable the whole time.
You would, except for you have such a boner and you're so drunk, it all melts away.
Oh, I don't like that feeling. You know, I don't like that feeling. I feel like I'm doing something bad and wrong. It's like, ugh.
That's what we're going for.
I know that's right. I don't like that feeling. Anderson's into that feeling. I don't like that feeling.
I'll tell you the part that's tough. The part that's tough is when the Bachelor has been drinking way too much.
Yeah.
It's like I've been doing coke and drinking since 4 in the afternoon. It's now 2:30 in the morning and his pants are down. He's got that whiskey schlong going.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there and he's got 20 guys sitting there and his dork's never been smaller. You know,
he gets oral sex in front of his friends?
Anal.
Anyway, I've got this show coming on Discovery Health Channel. Those of you...
No, he doesn't get oral
December
sex.
8th, midnight. Those of you who are listening now, it's Wednesday night. Turn your televisions on, please.
They
midnight,
will pull...
Discovery Health Channel.
They will oftentimes, go, okay, who's getting a guy sloppy drunk, and they'll, pull his pants down and start paddling him and stuff, and the poor guy has got,
he's got... what to him?
Pull his pants down, start paddling him and stuff like that.
This is where you do
No. I'm just saying the bachelor parties will run the gamut between sort of fairly tame to just all out pure debauchery, get in the Vice Squad and shut this place down.
Wow.
Once in a while, the guy's pants come down and it's not flattering.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
I see.
He's got every dude every dude he's known since high school standing there, and he's sloppy drunk, and he's got nothing in the wood department. That's all I'm saying. That's why I went with a prosthetic.
But that's why you go there and laugh. Right? Get your yucks in.
One guy got handcuffed to the chair, and my buddy Ray hit his dong with a flashlight. All right, let's take a little break. The Bravery here tonight. Drew, never been to a bachelor party with any of your Poindexter friends?
You pansy.
It's so sad. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
The one and only Live 105.
Girls think they're Ferraris.
Hey, everybody. Just having a little talk with Bravery about cars. Who knew? We're going to hear something off the newish CD. Also, band going to be on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno tonight. We will Drew's show. Just look for Drew's show, would you, everyone?
Midnight, please. Just turn it on.
Nuts.
Please help me out.
All right, let's take a call. Let's see. Went to a strip club. Male coworker. Tell husband. Wait a minute. What is this? Take a call, and then we'll hear another song for the Bravery. Shelley?
Yes.
Anything that starts out with strip club, you're taking.
Yes. You're 22?
I'm 22.
And what happened?
Well, it was my friend's birthday, and so I told her I was going to take her out. And so I was planning on going out Friday with my friend Christy. And so I invited some guys at work. I'd gone out with this other guy before, gone to play pool, a bunch of other friends. And so I happened to ask this guy. He's like, "Oh, our birthday's this weekend." And I was like, "Okay, you want to go out? We'll go out for your birthday." And he's like, "All right, well, let's go to the strip club." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. I've never gone before." And I've asked my husband before, and he'll never go with me. And so I kind of asked him jokingly around, and I was like, "Honey, you want to go to the strip club with me? Some guys from work are going." And he's like, "No." And he's like, "That would be awkward." And I'm like, "Okay." So I went anyways.
Yeah, I think he had a point about going to a strip club with people from work and him and all that.
Yeah,
well,
but even with her, it sounds like
he
it was
didn't
like
know that I was going with these other guys. He just said I was going with my friend Christy.
Well, you said you're going with friends from work.
I did, and he didn't really know that I went with these other guys. He doesn't know I went. I haven't told him, and I didn't come home till 7 in the morning. And he's
what happened there?
Well, what? Well, hold on. What is he doing that? When you say, I'm going to go to strip club with some folks from work, and then you come home at 7 in the morning, where he doesn't catch on to that?
He doesn't raise an eyebrow about that?
He called me like at 6 and and I told him I'd fallen asleep at my friend's house, but I was actually over at the guys, like a bunch of us were really drunk, and so we went over to his house and watched a movie so I could sober up because I couldn't drive, but I couldn't tell my husband that I was over at this other guy's house.
What'd you do there?
Pissed him off. Huh?
What'd you do at the guy's house?
Remember that thing with the lollipop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
so-
actually thought about it, and that's the bad thing. It's like I've been married
You
for
thought
3
about
years,
it.
and I
You
did
thought
think about it.
Yeah, you're drunk. All right. So
Married
you're
for how long?
What?
Married for how long?
For 3 years.
3 years.
Why'd you get married at 19? Maybe that's what this is all
Well,
about.
I have 2 kids, and
Ugh.
my first
All right,
one's
well-
actually not his, and then my second one is. But, like when I was
First off, you
pregnant, my
sound like
second
a
one,
wonderful mother.
This is a
I
catastrophe.
Talk about role
I'm a really
model.
good mom. Like I work, and my husband goes to school, so I actually support him, and I'm supporting my family, and I make pretty good money. I work at a law firm, so.
Yeah. What school does your husband attend? P-Whipped Academy?
No,
Is
he's
there such a
actually
place?
P-Whip U.
It's
to be a
P-Whipped
mechanic.
U. It's right next to surf boarding school. He's going to school going to school to be a mechanic.
Yeah, he's actually going to I don't know, build cars or something, but.
Yeah, right. No, it's just
I
being a
work at law
mechanic.
firm,
All
and
right.
I make pretty good money, so
You make good money.
right now.
All right, so
And
listen,
my first
Shelley.
job.
Okay, let me explain what's going on here. All right, stop me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You got married early.
Too early.
Too early. You're cute. You're fun. You have a couple of kids, and you got married early, and you're sort of overcompensating a little, trying to recapture your youth because you're smack dab in the middle of your youth.
Right.
Right.
Which is weird when you're attempting to recapture something you're in the middle of.
And she's entering the workforce, and she's got a husband who's sort of a student still and is going to be a mechanic,
Right.
and she's around lawyers all the time.
This guy's a little boring. This guy's a little low key. And what this guy's attempting to do, I would say, is he understands he's got a little bit of a wild child here, and he's like trying to sort of throw a little wet blanket on your flame. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah,
he's
it's
saying,
what you need.
listen,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to. No, you want to go get wild? You want to go to the whatever? I'm not going with you.
Right. He doesn't sort of endorse it. He doesn't
But
fuel
he
it.
would go without me.
That's the whole point, Shelley. Is
He's
that
trying to
you're the
contain
one.
you.
You're the one that needs containment.
And he probably.
He does go without me. Like he goes.
You, Shelley. You, Shelley.
Listen. Name one airplane from World War II. Just one.
I can't.
Cargo, fighter.
Veal or venison? What's veal?
What?
Okay. Here's the point, Shelley. Your husband realizes he's got a little bit of a nutty broad. He's got a little bit of energy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and he's trying to reel you in a little bit. Have you ever thought about a threesome or anything with him?
Well, I have, but he won't.
Oh, boy, Shelley.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the threesome thing was like hitting me on the head with like a snow shovel since she came online. He's saying what it is here's what it is. She probably got abused.
Yes,
some
for sure.
little sexual abuse from stepdad or whatever. Now she's acting out.
Yes,
He is like trying to contain her. Look, we got kids. No, I'm not doing the threesome because the thing about the threesome, as cool as that might be for the night, the relationship's going to come unravel.
Yes,
and
every
he
time.
knows it on some level.
Yes.
And the same with the strip club thing. And all these things are sort of traps that seem very tempting. You want to go to the strip club? Yeah, you're going to get loaded. You're going to get on top of some chick. We're going to get into an argument, and we're going to get a divorce, and the kids are going to go live at grandma's house.
Right.
And I think he feels that, and we feel her crazy energy.
Yep.
See, I think this guy's pretty slick. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he got her to marry him when she's 19 with his kid.
Somebody
not
else's
even
kid.
hers.
I think that's her kid.
It's her kid.
No, the second one's her kid.
No, first one's
kid's
hers with a different guy.
Mine. Yeah.
Is that
Yes,
correct?
right.
Then he's
All
not
right,
so good.
so
So who
listen,
abused you growing up,
You're
Shelley?
chaotic, Shelley.
This is a really
I
bad
was not
thing.
abused growing up, but I was sexually active at a young age.
How old?
But see,
How old?
13.
Okay, that's how old was the person that you were sexual with?
45.
How old was he?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. My dad's 63 now, so
How old was
would have
he?
been.
He was 16.
And
Still something was
where's
your-
your dad? He was an alcoholic? Did he abandon the
Yes.
family?
Yes.
All right, that's what we're saying. That's trauma.
I tried to tell my husband I'm sexual and I like to be sexual and I try
No,
to
Shelley, no.
You're not horny. You're nutty.
You're chaotic.
You're chaotic.
You're-
And it just manifests.
And
It
look,
manifests itself in horny.
And this may be, in addition to there being sort of a character logic thing, there may be bipolarity here. Is there bipolar in your family too?
No.
Okay, but there's alcoholism and addiction.
Alcoholism.
Yeah.
All right. And when did your dad cut out?
When I was 3.
All right.
But he
now
was
you
my
need.
life till I was probably 13, and then
What were the stepdads like?
every other week.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But
You know,
none of them ever did anything to us. But my mom.
No, but your mom was chaotic and set a bad example and hopped from man to man and did all that crap too.
See, I don't want to do that. Like I want to be married.
Well, you then stop doing what you're doing. Stop it,
That's what
Shelley.
you're doing.
Stop it. You're setting that up. You're hell bent on sabotaging this marriage.
See, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like I'm saying, like, well, because my mom got divorced when I was
Yeah. Listen, look, Shelley, listen to me. Your family is white trash. They're a chaotic mess. Your mom crapped out a bunch of kids, had a whole bunch of guys, boyfriends, swing by the pad, exposed the kids to God knows what, and you started acting out early and often. Now, magically, you got a kid. Dad's down the road.
Magically, she's 3.
You got another kid who is in danger of losing his or her father because you're acting out. You're just doing what your mom did. How about you smarten up, you get some therapy, you stop acting out, and you break this cycle so your kids stand a chance.
But see, that's the thing is, I'm not even sure if I want to be married. We've been together since we were
Well, Shelley, look.
All right. Well, then
in high school, and I just feel like we've grown apart. He does drugs, and
do
I
me
don't
a
like
favor
that.
then. Have your tubes tied, would you please?
I
And
did already.
send the kids
Good.
to.
She did. Excellent.
Oh, good.
Well,
Oh,
she
good.
moved up our.
Now, next step: send the kids to surfboarding school in Maui and give them
Get
a
them
chance.
educated.
Get them educated on not only trade winds but currents and discipline
and sea life.
But is there any way to get my husband to be more interested in me?
No, Shelley,
I'm young,
look.
and I think I'm pretty hot.
Shelley,
I
Shelley.
get twice a week.
Shelley, therapy.
You're
You really
crazy.
need this.
You're acting out, and you're freaking him out. He sees when he looks at you, he just sees a giant pecan nut. That's all he does with legs sticking out. Nut bar.
Shelley, you've been through some
do you
heavy
want to
stuff.
F your kids up as badly as you got effed up?
Absolutely
Is that
not.
your
I
goal?
love my kids. But he's not
Listen
Loving
to
your
me.
kids nothing to do with it.
I hate to sound all preachy here. Loving your kids doesn't mean anything. The chick who killed her 5 kids in the bathtub loved her kids.
yes.
Too much. Loving your kids is a BS excuse that everyone so conveniently uses. You're screwing your kids up. I'm sure you love them. Now, F them up.
Yeah,
now,
do something
about it, would you?
You're listen,
All right.
Shelley. You're
just look.
Let me just state it.
No, I don't care. Listen,
Look.
Shelley, you had your tubes tied. If you,
Right.
Do you have a girl?
I have a girl and a boy.
Have her tubes tied. That's it. And then do whatever the F you want. That's
Here's
all.
the deal.
I'm not in damage control mode.
Whatever happens in childhood, particularly things that are traumatizing and are excessively chaotic, gets acted out in young adult life. That becomes our source of attraction. We act. It's this cycle that we do. It's wired into our brains.
But
and it
Drew,
helps
she's
people.
she's amorous.
Just a horny chick.
She's
Yeah,
horny.
I know.
She just wants to have fun.
Do you think that no matter what guy she's with, she'll act that way?
Yes.
All right, well, she'll have a series of guys, just one after the other sabotage. She can't be close to a male, and that's what has to be worked out in therapy.
She's a mess. It's just the kids that we have to deal with later on in life, and I'm serious. We got to deal with them. We got to have the clinics. We got to have the prisons. We got to have the welfare. We got to have all the systems in place for the kids of young Shelley, who we're going to have to deal with. Their daughter's going to be pregnant at 15, so on and so forth. That's the way it goes, everybody.
Should she make it a priority to stick with her husband?
She won't do it. Not without treatment. She won't do it.
So your advice would be to her that she's
got to get treatment.
Got to get treatment. She's going to sabotage. Going to be done. And now, magically, she'll have 2 kids with no dad around.
Yes, right. At the same age, at 3, right?
We've been playing a Bravery song for about an hour now. Haven't got to it yet because Drew, you're getting all preachy tonight. Right. That's all.
I can do.
All right. When we come back, your song for the Bravery, yes?
Yes.
All right. After this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
The one and only Live 105.
Bravery in studio tonight. They've been good soldiers. Drew's had an ass full tonight.
I'm just worried about my show, which people need to tune in Discovery Health Channel.
What a shock that you're worried about something, Drew.
I know. I'm not seem like that kind of guy, do I?
Please, everyone. Drew has 3 children. They're all enrolled in what academy, Drew?
Little Lord Fauntleroy School of Albino Hemophiliacs. Yes.
That's right, which runs you more than surf boarding school.
It's pretty close.
It's comparable.
They go travel expense to surf boarding school. So
yeah, and those kids, and then college. What's college? Seriously, per puss, how much?
If they go to private school,
private college.
By the time my kids are 18, they're predicting about $300,000.
$300,000.
That's their prediction.
That's for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a bachelor's.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. 300 apiece.
Yeah.
So it's about $1 million. You got the 3 kids, right?
Yeah, or more.
Right. And then what do you figure for rehab? Eating disorders,
who knows
methadone, stuff like that. Drive them nuts. All right. Let's hear a little something from the Bravery. They've been sitting here listening to me yap off all night. I keep promising to play a song, and I never do. But now we're going to start. You ready, everyone? This one is called Fearless. On the minority. Yes. Thank you.
Huh?
I'm just going to open. I'm just on these Jim Jones type rants in here. I'm just going to buy some land in French Guiana and just move everyone there. Come on, let's go. Let's go. No red arrows, no screwed up moms. Let's do it, everyone. Yes, that is the Bravery going out on tour soon and going to be on the Tonight Show tonight with Jay Leno. Take ourselves a quick...
Oh, really? No, we can take a call.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Who's been on hold the longest? Yeah?
The one I've got.
Wow, through. Look at you. Jason?
Hey.
25?
Yeah.
Girlfriend has warts?
Well, I met this girl, and she just told me that...
Boring.
Oh, come on.
She told you what?
She told me that she has HPV.
Right.
But she said that her last outbreak was, I think, like 5 years ago. And I'm
Oh,
wondering
that's
what the risk
interesting.
is.
They do burn themselves
They
out
do.
now.
Some of them do burn themselves out, and 5 years is about the duration after which they tend to sort of disappear. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some do persist, and those are the ones that are associated with cervical cancer.
Mm-hmm.
You might ask her whether she's really had a severely abnormal pap smear or not. If not,
it's going to be love. That's
I know.
going to be lovely
That'd be a
pillow
great
talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So any dysplasia?
Yeah. Can I see your slides? Any cancerous cells?
Yes, any squamous cell abnormalities. Anyway,
yes.
The fact is that it may be limited to very little or none, but there's always a possibility she still has the virus around, and if she has it, you will contract it.
Let me tell you about wart days or years since last wart breakout. By the way, you have to do a sort of different kind of math that we do. It's like the math you do when a chick's telling you how much she weighs on the internet, but it's the exact opposite.
So they're shortening the time.
Yes, on the internet, go ahead and double whatever it is. This, cut it in half.
So if this is 5 years, she means 2.5.
That's what I'm saying.
And wear a condom. That reduces your risk.
I got a laminated thing I keep in my wallet that can help you out. By the way, it's a scale thing.
Scale,
it's a conversion scale.
That's not.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hold on. It could get confusing when they combine them. Like you're talking to a chick on the internet who has warts, and she's like, "Well, I'm 141 pounds, and I've been I've been wart free for 5 years." Oh, hold on, sliding it down.
They might use the metric. I mean, come on.
Right. All right. I don't know what Jason's follow-up was, but we answered his first one, and that's good enough for me to sleep tonight.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back. Live on 05.
Hey, y'all. That's the show. I want to thank the Bravery for coming in here tonight. God bless the Bravery.
I want people to please tune into my Discovery Help Channel show right now, midnight.
I'm going to discover that later.
Thank you.
We'll be tuning in.
And they're going to be on the Tonight Show tonight with Jay Leno.
In literally like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Poise yourself. Crack a beer and assume the position. The position to be rocked, that is. Yeah.
What is that position, by the way?
I'll show it to you during this first break.
Beautiful.
The Offspring, our good old friends, the Offspring, are coming in Thursday night.
Maybe we'll go flying finally.
Oh, Dexter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Keeps wanting to take me up in his jet.
One of his jets.
He has multiple jets. I think he flies them simultaneously, too. He has that other
Kind of
one.
like when John plays keyboards.
Yeah. But
Spread out.
but lower. One's got to be lower. All right. We'll take a little extendo break, and until next time, this is Adam Kroll for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.